There you go, beautiful.
Thank you, Nicole.
I want more. Over, sideways, and under on a magic carpet ride. Can you feel the love tonight?
There's this place I know where relationships are dreamy. Girl gets prince, bad guy gets locked away, and everyone lives happily ever after. Who else got a little bit nostalgic from those tunes? Yes, of course. It's Disney. But you see, Disney wasn't just a magical place for me. It was real life. My late father was an animator who worked for Disney, and every weekend that Akai Stereo would crank to the nines the CD soundtrack of Aladdin, The Lion King, The Little Mermaid, and it was like these Coachella concerts that were seeding to the little girl in me. You too shall find your prince. And it happened, right? But he didn't rock up in a horse and carriage. We had our magic carpet rides on his Ducati. And so they were these gorgeous sunset dinners, weekenders away, helicopter rides. I mean, what? Dreams do come true. But Disney doesn't show what happens after the kiss. Everything fades to black, and then they drop an Elton John sonnet that has you to believe that you can feel the love tonight forever. And, you know, they really miss this fundamental piece where they don't show you the messy, the beautiful, the challenging reality of real life, of what happens when the real characters enter our stories, our babies. I'll never forget the day I knew there had to be another way. I was at home with our 6-month-old. She'd been crying all day and I was exhausted. I was trying to finish off a freelance job because I wanted to contribute financially. Rob comes home. Laptop open, baby crying. He loses it. Are you just going to stay on that fucking laptop? His words pierced so deep. I curl up into fetal position, sobbing, shattered, misunderstood, alone. And I'm inside raging. Screw you, man. If you were with a crying baby all day, you too will be tapped out. And you know what? I'm here. I'm trying to help us. And you know what? It feels like I can't even get that right. I can't soothe the baby. I can't finish my work. Do you even know how hard this is? And where was that guy who cherished me? When will we have sex again? And do I just give up on my business dreams now that I'm a mum? How do people do this? Motherhood introduced a messy middle that Disney did not prepare us for. The invisible emotional labour, the agonising identity grapple when you find yourself swapping your heels for homemaker and finding your worth as a stay-at-home mum. The relentless pressure, the exhaustion, I cracked. That then led me on this path that eventually allowed me then to support hundreds of married mothers, to support them through their messy middle. And so I know with solid cellular certainty that marriage can thrive after motherhood. And so tonight, I want to share with you the sprinkle, right? The secret sauce that I wish Disney had taught us. I call it the triple M magic. Magnify femininity. Manage resentment. Master overwhelm. Let's talk about these things. Magnifying femininity. When we don't honour the masculine and feminine dance within our relationship, at best, we get roommate status, and at worst, we get competitors. And so it kind of sounds something like this. Oh man, far out, the boss is really up my grill. What a day. I even think HR is going to get involved. Oh, you reckon you've had a hard day? Well, let me tell you, Chat and Claude started hallucinating on me today, and then, oh my gosh, out of nowhere, I'm pitching a proposal on Zoom, my Wi-Fi cuts out, so then not only did I have to hotspot, I had to do it with hot flushes. And so it's like this, the one-upping, right? Who knows what I'm talking about when you're just kind of going, who's had the harder day, right? We turn into competitors. And what happens when we get that way is we lose pleasure, we lose play, we lose presence. And then we eventually end up snappy, exhausted, burnt out. And so here's the fix. Here's how we magnify our femininity. You have to activate your senses. See, smell, taste, touch, hear. When we activate our senses, it reconnects us to our sensuality. And so where high-achieving women can get caught is that we spend a lot of time in our day in go, 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 produce, lead, solve, decide, and then we kind of instantly expect ourselves to soften the moment we land at home. And it doesn't work like that. It's kind of like going down 110 kilometres an hour and then all of a sudden getting to 40 kilometres an hour without slowing down. And so what bridges that gap is called transition time. That's when you access your see, smell, taste, touch and hear. So on the drive home, while you might be tempted to listen to another podcast, which keeps you in your head, don't do that. Crank off a tune and allow that beat to drop into your body. Right? If you work from home, transition out into the kitchen and start stirring that pasta sauce, right? Get those aromas just tantalising, right? Tickling your taste buds, right? The point is you want to get into your body. And so what I've really noticed with women is this inability to receive. So how we would magnify femininity is that you stop holding and you start receiving. Managing resentment. So resentment is that frustration, that anger, that culminated feeling of just, oof. And if it's left unchecked, it becomes a 21-foot shipping container between you and intimacy. Does anyone know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Okay, so the good news is we know there's 3 things that point to resentment, and I want to highlight those here for you now. Unmet needs, unrealistic expectations, not adhering and upholding our boundaries, Needs, expectations, boundaries. The one that I see the most with the women that I work with is unrealistic expectations. Well, he should kind of just see that I'm drowning here. Did he not see the toothpicks holding up my eyelids? I mean, really? I feel like, why should I have to ask? All I want him to do is just cheer me on and support me. How hard is that? We've been together for 20 years, for fuck's sake. Right? Right? Should. He should. He should. And so when we start shoulding, what happens is we have an expectation that our spouse is a mind reader. And when we outsource to another person, we actually lose our emotional agency. We are expecting someone else to behave a certain way, to say something, to make ourselves feel better. And so what is the antidote? You have to drop expectations and you have to raise your personal standard. So your expectation would be to not believe that people are mind readers, but instead you are able, with your new personal standard, to ask for what it is that you need clearly, concisely, and confidently. Mastering overwhelm. Raising children, running a household, working on a mission that is really important. Like, these are really big, important things. And so it makes sense that there are a lot of balls in the air and we're trying to manage and juggle it all. And of course, it is inevitable that we would feel overwhelmed. And so the good news is we can really strip it down as to what attributes to that overwhelm. And it's not like we don't love our spouse, it's just that we are just in flat out survival mode. And so I want to point out to you 3 things to help you recognise where your overwhelm might be coming from. So the first is indecision. When we have 174 open tabs and when we just need to decide, and it's what's for dinner, should I send that email today or tomorrow? Like, overwhelm happens because of a series of unmade decisions. So we need to decide quicker. The second contributor to overwhelm is overconsumption, where you say yes, no problem, oh, for sure, I'll take it on. And then your calendar then starts deciding how you run life. The antidote to overconsumption is that you must be okay with upsetting people. Because you say yes, because naturally as women, we don't want to disappoint people. The third component to overwhelm is hyper-independence. No, I got it. I'll take care of it. I don't want to be a burden. I don't want to bother them. I don't want to owe them anything, right? So we take it on ourselves, and the problem with that is that we then start to carry things alone that we're not supposed to carry alone. So if you think about these 3 components, indecision, overconsumption, and hyper-independence, it simply asks you to decide faster, protect your capacity, and to ask for support. The thread of these things is simply asking you to stop doing life alone. For years, I thought that Disney had forgotten to write the ending. It hadn't. It just stopped at the kiss. My father used a pen to write stories. He taught me fairy tales, and life taught me to rewrite one. And so as I pick up this pen, I'm reminded that every single one of us here get to be the author of our own stories. This is what Disney never taught us, that we don't arrive at happily ever after. We write it. And it starts from us asking for support, because your marriage needs it. Your children need it. Your mission needs it. And in the words of Eric Fromm, it's your story. Write well, edit often. Thank you.
Oh, keep that applause going for Nat.